This is a very sad story about racism in a school system and the school leader standing up to defend it, okay? Parents are upset after black students at a Florida high school are suspended for fighting another student who sent them a racist Snapchat video, okay? A young man says in the video, hold on, you see that? Before pointing directly at the camera and stating, and says the N-word. One of the young men in the video was spotted wearing a KKK-like hood. Let's put up the picture. We have blurred some of this stuff out, okay? Nassau County School District Assistant Superintendent Mark Durham seemed to defend the students, the racist ones, by stating that they haven't even started attending Yulee High School near Jacksonville when the video was filmed over the summer. Let's put up a picture of the superintendent because I got a statement that I'm going to read from him. I want you to take a good look at this guy, okay? In my opinion, he's part of the problem. Let me read to you his statement. He says, and I quote, "The video was not meant to be shared outside of a small group of friends. And it was not targeted at any particular student." Okay, why do you just say so, Mr. Superintendent? Obviously that makes it better. Durham told News4Jax in a brief statement, the two students in the video say they meant it as a joke amongst friends and did not intend for anyone outside of their small group to view it. You see what's happening here, right? He's defending them. He's literally saying, well, it was really just meant to be between them and their friends who were also obviously racist because their parents taught them racism. Let's just all let it be and let's move on. He says nothing about the victims of racism. He says nothing about the sting of racism. He simply defends those who exhibited racism. Horseplay. They're having fun. No biggie. Now, why do you think he holds this sentiment? Could it be possibly because he too agrees with them? He jokes around like this with his buddies. The statement was made after the video was shared around the school, which led to conflicts among students. Parents of black students at the Florida high school are now infuriated after they say their children were suspended for getting into an altercation with a white student who sent them a resurfaced video of two white boys making racist remarks. But the students in the video were not disciplined. So the black students have an issue with it. It creates conflict at the school because the school failed in their leadership here. And who do they suspend? They suspend the black students. Well, the black students were suspended, were part of a football team. Their teammates did want to support them. Players on the football team had intended to skip the game or kneel as an act of dissent. However, the school administration warned them that taking that route would result in them forfeiting the remainder of the season. I'll be damned if they would have just taken a knee and still played the game. The leader of the school says, if you do that, you will forfeit the entire season. How dare you stand up for black people? But it's the same thing, isn't it? Colin Kaepernick taking a knee, these students saying that they're going to take a knee. It wasn't about taking a knee. They're football players that take a knee after they make a touchdown. They pray to white Jesus, that's on them. They take a knee all the time, right? Taking a knee was not the issue. If they would have taken a knee for more research money for cancer, nobody would have had a problem with it. If Colin Kaepernick took a knee to bring awareness to extreme violence in America, nobody would have had an issue. Gangs, nobody would have had an issue. But they took a knee about racism. They were going to take a knee about racism. Colin Kaepernick took a knee about racism. It's what the knee is being taken for that becomes the problem. Brother, what are your thoughts here?
Couple of things. First of all, look, students, teenagers, a lot of teenagers make mistakes, right? I mean, that's just part of growing up, but it's the responsibility of the grownups. It's the responsibility of the teachers or the superintendents to take these mistakes and turn them into productive, teachable moments. There's so many different ways the superintendent could have made this a moment where everybody learns something about what is racism and what is the KKK and why is this such a sensitive issue and what is the history of racism in America. There's so many different ways the superintendent could have facilitated that sort of dialogue. Likewise, teachers, educators should be encouraging students to take a knee for something they feel strongly about and foster dialogue, discussion, and debate about it. As an educator, you shouldn't be squelching that. Don't squelch that. Have people talk about it. That is the way we learn.